Hey guys, welcome to a review of episode 11 of the Grand Tour. Episode 11 was called Italian Lessons. The tent was put up in Loch Ness, so let's get into this review. So, after all the introduction stuff, the episode started with Richard Hammond testing the new-ish Fiat 124 Spider, which is basically a Mazda MX-5. He tested it on the Ebolodrome, and he loved it, which is good. It was a lovely car. He said he likes the Mazda, but he loved the Fiat. The Fiat had a slightly different engine, but it was basically the same car as the Mazda MX-5. The blue car in the pictures that have been on your screen before, that's the Fiat. Anyway, after they turned down Conversation Street, when they talked about what should be on the seats of a car, whether it should be leather, because they said leather is a bad material because it's sort of slippery and shiny, it was either too hot or too cold. So they had an argument about that, and then they talked about some new cars which are apparently designed for women, and some old cars which are designed for women. And yeah, they had lots of jokes and everything. But then they went on to the main film of the episode, which was a cheap car challenge. They each had to buy a Maserati for less than £8,000, and they met in northern France. And you can see the old cars going on the screen of this video, and obviously here's the Italian flag. And they first went around the racetrack, which was very difficult for James to make because he had broken his arm prior to recording. I'm not sure why he broke his arm, but he did. And he had to drive an automatic, which is obviously slower, and they were able to make a lot of fun of him because he was always complaining. And they bought him like a extra knob to put on the steering wheel, and yes, it was like a penis, but that's Clocks and Hammond for you, isn't it? But yeah, so it was very much like Top Gear, a cheap car challenge. That's what they did best. And they compared their three cars in a drag race to a cheap Seat or something. I can't even remember what it was. I should really remember that stuff, but whatever. And yeah, they found out that Hammond's car was faster than the Seat. I think it was a Seat. Or was it a Citroen? I can't remember. I only watched it like 10 minutes ago as well. This is bad. But yeah, and then they plan to drive from northern France to the south of France, which is obviously very, rich. There's lots of supercars there, lots of rich people there. Very luxurious, lovely place. You've got Monte Carlo in the area as well, it's a different country. But they quickly aborted the idea because it was 700-mile drive. And so they went to northern France. They went further into northern France, which is also quite beautiful. On holiday there in the summer. It's a lovely area, northern France. Just saying. I'm not off on the tourist board or anything, I promise you. And Clarkson's car was particularly unreliable. The other two cars were fine. And eventually, after having some fun on the very narrow one-way streets, they got to the hotel, and then obviously they went to the next. And then obviously that part finished, and then we did Celebrity Train Crash. Yes, that's how it went. And this time it was Chris Hoy, and obviously keeping with the thing of killing the celebrity. Before, Chris Hoy's a British or Scottish cyclist who's won many gold medals in the Olympics, and he's raced in Le Mans. There's a program about it in Britain on TV. I watched that. And yes, he basically had to row up the river in Loch Ness. Did I say it was in Loch Ness? I can't remember. But it was in Loch Ness in Scotland. And he apparently hit a mine with his boat, and it blew up, and he was killed before he could come to the studio. Obviously something similar has happened in all the episodes, as I'm sure you all know, because I'm sure everyone's been watching all of my review videos. No, you haven't. And so then they talked about voice recognition in the car, and Clarkson used a Bulgarian guy to sit in the car, and he just gave him instructions like do a phone call or to open the window or something like that. Again, making fun of maybe cheap foreign labour in the UK, which is politically controversial here, as I'm sure some of you know. But then, before getting kicked off Amazon Prime, they carried on with a video of their France trip. And this is probably the best part, because they decided to have a race from where they were to England, on the boat from the port of Le Havre. So they had a race. It was on some tight streets, and then they had to race to the port. Obviously, they're all going to be on the same boat. They had to be the first one on the boat, to be the first off the boat when they got to England. So, Clarkson's car broke down on the bridge, and he ended up renting or something a tow truck, but the car fell off it. I'm giving spoilers, but I shouldn't be giving spoilers, sorry about that, but yeah, it was quite amusing. And this was for sure one of the better episodes they've produced so far. Should have said that at the beginning, shouldn't they? But yeah, because it was very much like the old Top Gear. It was, all the old jokes about May being the slow one and all that, and some good, having a lot of fun on their radio between the three cars. Yes, this was for sure one of the better episodes, and I hope the future episodes are as good. There's only two more. There's another one from Loch Ness and then from Dubai. So 2 more review videos for me to make. Anyway guys, tell me in the comments of this video what you thought of the episode, if you watched it, or if you want to know anything more about the episode, like any spoilers. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Goodbye.